Welcome back to Children's Church. I'm so glad to have you here with me. And welcome to February. You guys can probably guess the theme. We're talking about love all this month. So today we're starting with the most important one, the words of Jesus. We're in the book of Mark. We're in chapter 12, verses 28 to 34. It's short, but it's called the Greatest Commandment. I'm going to read it to you, then we're going to chat, and I might sing you a song, because it's been stuck in my head all morning because I decided to teach this. One of the scribes approached Jesus, and when he had heard them debating and saw that Jesus answered them well, he asked him, "Which commandment is the most important of all?" "This is the most important," Jesus answered. "Listen, Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And the second is, love your neighbor as yourself. There's no command greater than these." Then the scribe said to him, "You are right, teacher. You have correctly said, he is one. There's no one else except him. And to love him with all your heart, all your understanding, and all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself is far more important than all the burnt offerings and sacrifices." When Jesus saw that he answered intelligently, he said to him, "You are not far from the kingdom of God," and no one dared question him any longer. So, Jesus is talking to someone knowledgeable. Being a scribe in that day was a very important job. It meant he was the person writing what we think of as the Old Testament. He would have been either rewriting it into new copies, which had to be done so precisely that if you made a single mistake on a page, the whole thing had to be burned. Or he was one of the king's scribes, and he was taking down new information that we kept in the kingdom. So this man knew what he was talking about. These are the commandments Jesus called the most important. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Those are the two commandments Jesus found most important. Everything else pales in comparison. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you love God with all of your heart, soul, mind, and strength, everything else comes easier. When you love God with all that you are, it's easy to hear his voice. It's easy to follow his commands. If you love God with all your heart, soul, mind, strength, and your neighbor as yourself, doing what God would do, what Jesus would do in a situation, becomes easy because you're used to his voice and his presence, and you're ready to do what he would want you to do. I want to do it one more time. Ready? So Jesus said to love God with all of your heart, all of your soul, all of your mind, all of your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Those are the two most important commandments. Love God only, not meaning don't love other people. That's why the second part is there. Love God as your only God, and love your neighbor as yourself. Those are the two most important commandments. We'll be talking about them all month in various forms and various Bible stories. So remember, we love God with our heart, with all of our soul, with all of our mind, with all of our strength, and we love our neighbor as ourselves. Have a wonderful week, guys. Do your best to follow that, and I'll see you next week for another lesson. Bye.